What
What's
is
up?
happening?
What's up, YouTube? Hey, we're Thin Line Defense. You are watching us live, so this is Thin Line Defense TLD Live. I'm Cody. That's Jason. I did it right. See, I've been
Yeah.
practicing. So,
Heck yeah.
please excuse my cool ass glasses. My company sent me these, so I figured I'd wear them. Might as well get my money out of them. I'm not gonna wear them the whole time. This is really, I look ridiculous. Anyway, um, unfortunately, Walsh is out. He's got some family and friends in town, so he's spending some quality time with them. We all know Joe is he's doing his academy right now, and from what Jason and I were told, he's doing really well. So we're still thinking and praying for him. He's kicking butt over there. So uh, we'll hopefully he'll be back soon. I know he misses talking to you guys, but this is gonna be one of those. Last time we had a good time, Jason and I just chatting
Yeah.
with you guys. We only put out one video this week, so that means we got just a little bit of business, and then we can shoot right off the rails. So
I
looking forward to
promised
that.
I promised Walsh that we'd go off the rails right at the get-go.
Well, we
And
kind
so
of did with my glasses.
here's my way of doing that. So YouTube flagged our flashlight video for gun-related content. And I was on the chat with them for like 40 minutes trying to figure out, okay, like I get it. You guys said there's something there. Like, can you point me to the timestamp where that happened? I'll make sure I don't do it again. And they were like, no, we can't do that. So
yeah, I don't know
for
how
what
they
it's worth.
expect for you to. How do you fix it? Like you said, I saw your chat with them, and you were like, "How do I tell me what I'm doing wrong so I can fix it in my future videos?"
Yep.
And I don't think they even want to play nice. To be honest with you,
It's okay. I mean, we get that we're kind of going up against someone that's not gun friendly, right? We get it. We know how to play the game a little bit, but there's stuff like that where it's like, obviously, this is not gun related. Like, it's a flashlight review. Come on, people.
Yeah. I thought that was as safe as you could be, honestly.
Yeah.
What's up, Sunday brunch?
YouTube be like
welcome
that.
to TLD. Yeah, we've ran into that a couple times. They dinged us for something in the video, and we understand the guidelines. And as far as I can tell, I don't think we do anything nefarious. We're definitely not trying to go against the grain or anything. We're just trying to put out content, and it may not be, what YouTube necessarily likes, but I know there's people out there like us that like watching YouTube videos with guns in them. So.
What's up, Sarge? Good to have you here.
Yeah. But that's unfortunate. Yeah,
so it was the person, I will say this, person with YouTube was super friendly, super nice. At one point, I basically like boiled it down. I'm like, so basically what you're telling me is this. And he was like, you got a point. Like, I just need to, like, you're saying I either did X, Y, or Z. So can you tell me, like, what timestamp did I do X, Y, or Z? I'll make sure I won't do that again.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, you got to think about the context. But that's what they kept going back to. You got to think about the context.
Yeah. And that flashlight's not even a weapon-mounted light. That's the thing.
No.
It's just a pocket light or a camping
light. Yeah, I mean, it's big for a pocket light. PowerTac references it as an EDC light. I mean, it's, if you go to their website, I'll pull it up here in a second. You click on everyday carry, and that is one of the options. It's an everyday carry flashlight. What's up, Bravo? Good to have you here, man.
Are you saying that you're our daddy, or you said yo daddy's here? My dad was in the Army, so.
Yeah. One thing that I got to correct, and I'm going to talk to the owner and see if we can get it fixed. So I'm guessing that there was a miscommunication when we were talking about discount codes. So when we had talked to PowerTac, they sent us the flashlight. They said they'd be willing to give our viewers a discount code. I asked if the discount code could be TLDCO because that's what our discount code is for pretty much everything. And he said no problem, but the discount code, I just tried it right now, is actually TLDC0, not the letter O. So I'm going to have them correct that. Sarge says, are you going to run it on duty? I have a weapon-mounted light on my gun, Sarge. I prefer a weapon-mounted light over a handheld flashlight. But there are times like when I carry during like an undercover op or something like that, I don't have a weapon mounted light and I'll have a flashlight on me. Or if I'm going through somewhere, it just depends on the situation. I won't have a weapon mounted light and I'll have a flashlight. I do think this is a little big for a flashlight, for an EDC flashlight. You could do some damage with this thing though.
Yeah, that's pretty gnarly.
Maybe
so
that's
that
what
looks comparable to that guy.
Yeah, what is that? The Warrior Mini?
Yeah, it's the Warrior Mini 2.
Okay. Yeah, so let me see if I can pull this up here.
But if you guys do go look at that flashlight and you're interested, they did give TLD a substantial discount. And I think Jason did some calculations before we came on, and we think it's like 40%.
Yeah, it's 40% off, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the tip on this one, Bravo, the tip is super aggressive. If you can see that. I mean, it's really, really aggressive. I love it. I really do. I've been carrying this around. I went camping this past week, and so this was my camping flashlight for the week.
Yeah.
It's a great flashlight.
And so,
excuse me,
does it have, so like this one, it's got like a moon, so that's on.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have that feature? This is like moonlight.
So there's like blinding, right?
Yeah.
Oh, even more blinding, even blindier. That's their moonlight. I forgot what the lumens is on it. Well, let's pull it up real quick.
I thought it was like 1 lumen or something.
Yeah, it was something crazy. I think it was less than 1. So, and I'll show you. Yeah. Can you guys see this? Is this coming up?
Yeah.
So if you go to collections and everyday carry, I'm sure they have it somewhere else, but it's here at the bottom, this E9. I love that it's rechargeable, but they do have it on here. Here it is, 0.64 lumen. They call it their Firefly mode.
Yeah. Which I know, I think Braden mentioned it. He was like, I don't know why you would use that, but I think in a pitch dark situation, you could use that and not blow out your night vision. I think it's pretty beneficial to have something like that if you can get to that setting without blasting yourself first. I think that's the hard part, because like with most of these, you don't know that it's gonna go full bore right away or not.
So retail on it, Bravo, is right there. It's $130,
which is comparable to other light set styles, I would think.
Yeah, so I get what you're saying, Sarge. If you're going to be doing a traffic stop, especially nighttime stuff, having a flashlight, yeah, totally get that. I think one of the things that Cody and I talked about are those big, 4D cell mag lights that I remember we trained on. You could crack someone over the head on that thing, and you see a lot of old videos of cops when they're doing traffic stops, and they'll have this mag light. The thing's like on their shoulder. They need it. It's so heavy they need to like throw it up on their shoulder. Blind ear. I'm making up words every day, Sarge. Yeah, so I totally get what you're saying, Sarge. Having a light that you want to pull out, so you're not drawing a gun on someone, totally makes sense. I would like this light in that scenario. Harry, wait,
very scary.
I think what's going this. So for those of you who aren't aware, Harry's an OG here, and this is his third name. And I have a guess. I'm guessing that he keeps forgetting his YouTube password. he can't remember the whatever the code is that they sent. Like answer this question. He can't remember the questions. He just has to keep creating.
Or he's getting in trouble like you with YouTube, and they keep on.
Yeah. So a lot of things too, Sarge. So Angry Sarge is asking, would this light be good for like if you were a cop doing a traffic stop? You could I think a lot of officers have an option to just plug a USB cord in, and you could just have a USB constantly on this, keeping it fully charged. Or if you don't have that option, this cover pops off, and it's a micro USB port underneath that. In fact, I think they have a picture in here somewhere.
Now, did you pull that little thing out, or were you?
It's a pain. It's a pain to get out. There it is.
That's probably a good thing because you don't want to lose it.
Yeah.
So I see these little filters down. Oh no, you got to buy that separate. I was gonna say these little filters.
Yeah, you're paying separate for this cover kit, which is nice. You got green, red. It looks like purple, maybe UV.
Yeah, possibly.
That's right. I knew it. Actually, Cody called it.
Yeah.
Somebody says Mary carry both weapon-mounted flashlight and the standalone flashlight, which doubles as a bayonet. Yeah, that's true. Anything could be a bayonet if you poke hard enough.
Can you imagine getting hit in the forehead with that flashlight?
Yeah. Charge. Man, that would be painful.
So, I mean, that charges magnetically too. So,
yep.
I do like that. I know we kind of discussed that with someone else a couple of flashlight videos ago about, whether to have batteries or a rechargeable flashlight. Like we said in this scenario with like a police officer having that cable in your car and just every once in a while just popping it on the charger. I don't think these take long at all. Like this Olight takes a couple minutes to fully charge.
Yeah, I think they talk about it on here. It's something like in an hour you would have like 80% charge. Maybe I'm thinking of something else, good. But it charges pretty fast. It might have been something else I was reading, but really, man, I'm loving this light. It stays close to me or on me since I've had it, which has been about a month and a half, 2 months now of messing with it.
Yeah. And did it last your whole camping trip without recharging?
Yeah, without recharging. I actually forgot the cable because I was worried about it, and I wasn't blasting 2,500 lumens around camp. But I didn't have it at that Firefly setting. It was probably like low to medium setting.
Yeah, I just saw that. It says like 80 or 50 days or something. I don't remember what it says.
Yeah, so the 50 days at the Firefly setting. So low 20 hours, medium 5.5, 5.7. Yeah, so on and so forth.
That's pretty good.
I like too that this has a strobe. I don't know. Sunday's asking, what are the candelas on that thing? Who knows? I don't know if they put that. I know lumens is kind of like the big thing that people are talking about, but candelas is really what matters. Maybe Sunday can correct us on that.
I mean, we can convert it if we're going to do math. I'll ask Google.
There you go. Sarge says barrel stamping his phone with your patrol rifle. It's fun for you. It's painful for the other guy.
Yeah.
Or gal. Hey, we are an EEO force. Sunday says that's the general gist I've seen so far. Could be wrong. Yeah, I think a lot of people market their lumens. You don't see too many that are going to candela. What candela? And honestly, man, I'm ignorant. I don't know the difference between the two. I know 2550 lumens is bright as heck.
All right, so I'm about to ask Google. So if you have a Android phone, I'm probably gonna activate it if it can hear me. Hey Google, what's the difference between candela and lumens?
Oh, so
Well,
this.
it's gonna make me
this.
read it. So lumens refer to the total amount of light emitted by a light apparatus and is denoted by L. The higher the lumen value of a lighting device, the greater is the area lighted up by it. I hate that word lighted. It just sounds weird. On the other hand, candela refers to the amount of light emitted by a lighting device in a particular direction. So is that throw? What we would consider as throw?
You got me. Let's see here. Most spotlights listed. Dave Kelly. What's up, Dave? He says 12.7 lumens for every candela, I think.
Okay.
Maybe it's the opposite because if that's the number that we're looking at, max of 9800 CD. I don't know. Did Google say is candela shortened to CD?
I'll ask.
Exactly. Everyone gets a stamp. I'm like Oprah, equal opportunity
What
prize giver.
is 200? What is? Sorry, I'm confusing Google right now.
Oh, Sarge says it is throw. It's the throw.
Okay.
All right. So the other thing too about Powertac is the guys have been super cool to work with, and we're trying to get. They have a guy. I forgot what police force he works at, who's kind of like their spokesman for Powertac, and they said they're trying to work out a schedule when he can join us on a live chat. So
Yeah, that'd be good.
we'll have an officer that uses Powertac on the regular, carries it every day while on patrol. He'll be on with us hopefully soon.
So is that an American company or is it American made
Yeah,
overseas?
so they're made in China. At least this flashlight was made in China, but they are based. Powertech's based out of North Carolina,
Okay.
I think. Yeah, there you go, Greensboro, North Carolina. So super
It,
cool company to work with.
isn't that where Seymour Johnson is?
I don't know, man. I don't remember all those Air Force bases over there. I always got Seymour. I thought Seymour Johnson was South Carolina, and Pope was
Shaw's
North.
and,
Shaw's in South. Yeah, I
and
don't know. Who knows?
Pope's right down the street from Seymour Johnson.
Okay.
I think.
Just throw how
Anyway.
far you could push the light. All right.
Okay.
And then it'll be good for that feedback. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
It says it's waterproof and submersible. So something different. I mean, we've been
We've been
kind of
talking
on
about
Olight
Olight
kick.
for we've been talking about Olight for a while, and this kind of hits a lot of the boxes that we talked about with Olight. Yeah, I remember Joe saying like, "Hey, find me a flashlight that's built as well as Olight." I mean, Joe shot that Odin Mini with steel shot, and the thing still works, right? So his thing was like, find me a flashlight that's that durable that I could shoot with steel shot and it still work. That's rechargeable. It's a decent price. You know, this fits all of those categories. I feel like
It does.
we haven't shot it
It does.
yet. Maybe we could talk to, I think his name is Steve over at Powertac and see if he'll give us a light to shoot.
Yeah, that'd be fun. So what else, guys? We don't. Where's the old misfit at? He normally brings us a list of questions. So just because I mean, I don't want to have the awkward silence, but I'm trying to switch up my EDC, and I was kind of showing Jason this before we came on. But I used to carry this, and I know we normally pretty. I hope YouTube doesn't ban us for a knife. This is a knife, and it's not very big, as you can see. But anyway, this is
Sarge says he's got to go. Sorry, Cody.
okay.
Thanks for being here, Sarge.
Yeah, appreciate it, brother. So anyway, I bought a 3-pack of these on Amazon for I don't know $50, and I just carried them until they went dull, and I got rid of them. But then I kind of stepped up when we started hanging around with the LA police gear. So I kind of stepped up to this big guy. And what I liked about it, it's deep pocket carry. That's normally my style. There's Misfit. See, I said his name, and his ears must have started ringing. So then when I started looking forward, was switching up to a multi-tool, and I don't like a lot of stuff in my pockets. So I was like, if I'm going to carry a multi-tool, then I'm going to just carry a multi-tool and not a knife. So I was watching YouTube like everybody else does. I found this little guy. This is a Gerber dime, which is pretty cool.
I like that spring loaded. Those pliers are spring loaded. That's nice.
And it's got everything you need on here. It's got a bottle
thanks,
opener.
Jake. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Got a knife. One cool thing is that I've already used a lot is this has got like a package opener.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And it's got tweezers for when I need to pluck my eyebrows.
Disgusting, Cody.
Gotta keep them things clean. It's got a bottle opener. So yeah.
So it's a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah. So then I found this guy. This is a SOG Power Pint. And I think it's pretty cool. You got these little gears on here. You can open it and shut it with one hand. Got most of the same tools, but one of the things that kind of stuck out to me, it's got this bit driver right here, and it's magnetic. So I really like that. But in my research, I watched a lot of YouTube videos on different multi-tools, and I watched a video and I saw this thing and I had to get it. It's big, but
what's the thing that your wife says? Like your hobby is researching other hobbies?
Exactly. So you see, I already got my kayak. So now I'm researching other shit. So it's a Leatherman Signal. It's got a fire starter, which
Bravo
also
says,
has a whistle.
I carry the K-Bar Law Enforcement Blade. I'm gonna look that up.
I got one of those. I don't carry it anymore. I had it on when I deployed. But yeah, so fire starter. It's got a rescue whistle, a sharpener, hammer, carabiner, saw, knife, bit driver, can opener. It's got the works. Pretty cool. But this is going to go in like my camping bag.
Oh, Harry's saying, you got the kayak?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's an exclusive for the live chat only. So obviously we haven't talked or shown it on the channel yet, but I ordered it, so it's one of those things right now, like everything else. They're out of stock. You just gotta wait.
There's a wait.
Yeah.
Jake says that's also what I carry while on duty. Jake, are you referring to the K-Bar, that TDI knife? That's what I have as well. Misfit says, I'm a fan of that K-Bar. It's on my battle belt. Yeah, it's a really good one. Perfectly behind my knife. Yeah, that's how I carry it too.
Have you guys seen the knife that John Lovell came out with?
I haven't.
It looks like the K-Bar, but it's foldable.
Huh.
It's something, I think it's the Fox or something like that, if I remember correctly.
So the reason why I went with the K-Bar, I remember Jacob says, yeah, the K-Bar. Harry says, Jason's our primers available at a reasonable price. Negative Ghost Rider.
The pattern is full.
Yep. At least not in my area. So this guy, he had people come up with like auto opening Gerbers and Benchmates, and he had them try to pop a balloon and he would time them. And guys that carry this thing regularly, like, okay, pull it out of your pocket, open it and pop this balloon, and it was like, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, things like that. And then they would use the K bar, and it was like 1 second, 1.5 seconds. So just a little bit faster. Yeah, and I think the price is fair. So for those of you that aren't aware, where we started out, Joe he had like a month of use or lose one day. I wish he was here to tell a story. It was kind of funny. And he was just sitting at home and he was like, you know what? I'm going to make a knife today. So he goes out and he gets his like propane torch and he builds a little, I don't even know what you call it, like a furnace with those fire bricks that he bought it. Was it?
Forge.
A forge with these fire bricks, and he takes a circular saw blade and cuts out his own K-bar TDI style knife. And he started out as it was called Death Dealer Knives. And I think I have the first. Cody has the first one, or I have the first one. I think we have the first two.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I had a Kydex holster made for it, and that's what I have now on my battle belt or on my duty belt.
Yeah. Yeah, he wrapped mine with paracord, purple and gold paracord.
Oh, that's right.
LSU. Yeah.
So the Fox knife, Cody, back to John Lovell's knife. Misfit says Fox knife was sold out $170. Holy cow.
It is expensive, and that's why I don't have one.
Have you seen the new WPS sling? Nope, haven't seen it. Have you, Cody?
Yeah, so it's kind of similar to the Blue Alpha Gear one that John Lovell likes, but it's got some elastic in it or some bungee in it. I don't know. I'd like to try it. I mean, I do like a lot of the same stuff he likes. He always seems to make sense with the products that he backs up. So we'll just have to wait and see. It's going to be one of those things like everything else that you won't be able to find it right away. Yeah, there you go. Looks cool. Yeah, so that buckle's different. So does it? It's not bad. $70. It's not horrible.
The thing that I like about the McLean sling that I think a lot of us have is it's easy to go from a 1 point to a 2 point and back, or a 2 point to a 1 point and back to a 2 point. I wonder how easy it would be here.
Yeah, that's my question. I'm sure he's got a video on it. I haven't seen it, but I wonder if it does
Jake says wants a sling.
Go from 1 point to 2 points, or vice versa.
Oh, it's a magnetic clasp.
Okay,
oh, that's cool.
Okay.
So I mean, it looks like a QD. Like it would be really easy to go from a 2 point, but I don't know. Does it go to a 1 point? Like once you disconnect that, you don't have anything attaching this to your body?
Yeah, I'd have to watch the video.
But you're right. I mean, he has some really some good things that he talks about.
Yeah. Check out the Fox knife.
Fox knife.
So yeah, I mean, maybe we'll try to get one of those. It's not super expensive, but I'd like to see, kind of how it functions. I'm sure he's got a video out by now about it.
Not seen it. Let's see here. Maybe it's under gear. There we go. Knives.
Blurred. He calls it the Jedi buckle.
So there's this one. Do you see that? The splinter knife?
Yeah, this one's a foldable. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, here it is.
There it is. There it is. Okay.
Fox folder. Interesting. $170.
Cheap.
Wonder who makes that.
I mean, he shows himself fighting with it, like he stabs a punching bag or something with it.
Yeah, it's a really cool design.
Yeah.
I'm sure once you train with it, it's going to be, you're not going to see a difference between that and a fixed blade, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Thanks for clarifying that, Jake. So it's not meant to become a 1-point sling. It's just going to be, you take it off momentarily and reconnect it. So it's always a 2-point sling.
Okay.
Jedi buckle.
Yeah.
Misfit says, what do you guys think of binary triggers? Franklin just released one for the PC charger.
So our friends, we like shooting, just did a video on that, and I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched it yet. I watched like a snippet of another one somebody sent. I don't know. I don't have any experience with those triggers, but they were working that thing, and it looked pretty legit. I'd like to do some more research. I know they're not cheap or easy to find. So.
They're not cheap, and you're limited on like what states. Like my state, you can't get one. Bravo says he put out a video last week. I think we're still talking about the
John Lovell
sling there,
yeah.
Maybe the knife. But so my nephew actually worked for Franklin Armory in California. They were based out of California for a while, and then they moved to Nevada. I think they're, of all the binary triggers, I like Franklin Armory the best. But man, especially in today's day and age, like if you, I guess for 9mm, if you have just buttloads of 9mm roll into blast through, sure, it'd be fun, but I really don't see the need of it. I think we talked about when our agency went from full auto M4s to the 3-round burst, and there was a study that was done talking about how much more accurate people were with the burst weapons over the full auto weapons. 300 for the trigger, yeah, man. To me, I think Walsh would agree with this as well. I think personally, if you had the money to spend, yeah, I think you can't go wrong with the Franklin Armory binary trigger. But I think the money could be better spent just in training. I think you'd get more out of it than that. Yeah, you do a barrel. I'm not a Geisley fan. I think Walsh is a Geisley fan. I think for 2-stage triggers, you can't beat the price of a LaRue trigger, like $80 for their 2-stage triggers, and I think it's just as good as the Geisleys that are 3 times the price. That's what I would recommend. Get you a LaRue trigger and then spend another $200 on ammo that you can train with.
Yeah, and I'm not a good enough shooter to where my trigger even has any influence over my shot, to be honest with you. I'm not consistent enough for that. I know the binary triggers aren't necessarily for accuracy, but I don't know. Like Jason's saying, I'm all about conserving my ammunition, and if I got in a tick, I'm not blowing my whole magazine. I'm gonna lay down some fire and get on to moving. So that's just in my training, and it's kind of been bred into me. So
yeah, 2 years ago, before 5.56 ammo was like 70 cents a round, up to $1 a round, when you could get it for like 30 cents or find steel case for I don't know, 25 cents a round. Yeah, man, do it just to have fun. But now you think like every time you pull and release that trigger, there's $2.
Yeah,
no thanks.
Yeah, I wouldn't turn down somebody if they gave us one. You bet I would love to try it out, but right now,
yeah. And Cody's the only one that has a PC.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone else does,
tear it
right?
up.
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't know anyone else on the team that has a PC.
That's my favorite gun right now until I get my my 9mm pew pew.
Oh yeah, the CMMG.
Yeah. And then that's going to be like my Cadillac that I'm only going to take out on the weekends.
So Joe sold me on that gun, man. So for those of you that aren't following, the CMMG 9mm, their delayed radial blowback system that they have. So I had a Glock AR that had, took Glock mags. It was 9mm. It was my favorite gun to shoot. And then Joe told me about the CMMG delayed radial blowback, and I ended up building an AR with that, and now that is my favorite gun to shoot. I ended up selling my Glock 9mm AR, the one that takes Glock mags, and strictly just went with the CMMG. I love that gun.
And if you guys don't, aren't up to par with what that is, it's basically CMMG. Am I saying that right? Probably not. They made internals for your 5.56, your 223 5.56 mag. You put the internals in there, and you can run the 9mm mags in a lower. You don't have to buy like a very expensive 9mm lower. Just got to worry about bolt and a barrel. So I don't know. And it runs, which is, I've heard of a couple of PCCs out there that don't run very well, but Joe's built several of them and hasn't had any issues. As a matter of fact, I have one in my gun case right now. That's for a buddy out here, and I told him that I'm going to shoot it. So whenever I get a chance, I'm gonna go out and shoot it. It's just sitting
Yeah,
there.
if you guys watched that gun candy video, those were those 9mm ARs.
Yeah.
So Jacob's asking, how do you feel about the Glock 43X? I personally haven't had an experience shooting one. I've shot the regular 43. I think I'm kind of on board where Joe's at. I'd prefer a micro compact over the single stack. You get more rounds in the same size or even a smaller size, and it's cheaper.
So I don't know how many people out there are Air Force, but I just saw an article on the Stars and Stripes where they're talking about they want to get the M18 and get the subcompact slide for it. So basically, what I carry every day, they want to give for concealed carry for security forces and other law enforcement entities in the Air Force.
I didn't know that. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Which is, and I'm going to sound like a SIG fanboy here, but this is why SIG won and Glock didn't. Because instead of having to, they're saying, okay, we want a smaller frame weapon now. Instead of having to go out and buy all new guns, they just got to buy like an upgrade kit for the subcompacts. And I think this has a lot to do with our old organization. I think they put a little pressure on the Air Force to get that smaller weapon, and I think that's where this is coming from, maybe. But like I said, the Army and the Air Force, they don't have to go out and buy a load of new weapons. They just got to buy, some different accessories, and they can make it a completely different gun. And that's why I've been carrying mine forever. So.
Jacob said, I have the upgraded mags that hold 15+1 in the 43X. It's nice. Yeah, so my thing is the size, because correct me if I'm wrong, Jake. The 43X is still single stack, right? So your 15 round single stack mag, that's got to be like 6-7 inches long. So like Joe's Hellcat, I think he has or the SIG 365, I think, came out with, maybe the Hellcat too, a 15 round magazine, and you're still talking about like it's still your hand width. Mm-hmm. You're barely able to get your pinky on it. Bravo says, I've got 2 PSA complete lowers. I want to trick one of them out. Not sure what I'm going to do yet. If you don't care about caliber, man, I can't remember. I think Bear Creek Arsenal had 50 Beowulf complete uppers in stock, minus the bolt carrier group for like $300. But I don't know what you mean by tricking them out.
Yeah, we haven't talked much about that, but we have triplets. We have 3 50 Beowulfs that we had built that are pretty identical.
Yep.
Some slight variations. Yeah, we have that. and the old gun cabinets. Those things draw a lot of attention when you take that thing out to any gun range. You want to make friends real quick, pop a couple rounds off in that thing. Everybody comes to see what that was.
Yeah, so still talking about the pistols. Misfit says micro compacts are better in my honest opinion. The Hellcat has an optics cut and has 11, 13, and 15 round mags. You also have the option of the P365, the Ruger Max 9, and the Shield Plus. I actually just got my hands on the Ruger Max 9, and
really?
Yeah. So I'm sorry, I actually played with one. I haven't bought it yet. I haven't pulled the trigger, but I'm thinking about it. So it's $470. It comes with the optics cut. I think it comes with 11 round mags standard, and it's small and comfy, man. I really like the texture of it and things like that. And not too many people have. There's not a lot of videos of it out there yet.
Yeah, I would love to get my hands on one.
I don't know what you're talking about. Very hairy, scary Balzania. I just built a 10.5 PSA, pretty sweet. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you could go wrong with PSA. I think Iraq Veteran 8888 did a meltdown video on one of their guns, and it was, I forgot how many rounds it went through, but what he had said basically was like, you can't carry enough ammo and shoot it fast enough to cause that gun to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Flush mount, check out the website. Oh, okay. I think you're talking about mags, right, Jake? Bravo says, SIG's been in service in the military for years, though. That has a lot to do with winning. I can see that.
That's true.
And we carried SIG 228s or the M11s.
Yeah, we used to carry the M11s, and that thing's a brick. But
yeah. Oh yeah, it's expensive.
It was close, but the modularity for the 320 or the M17, M18 or whatever they're going to call the subcompact, there's nobody else doing that right now. I don't know. I like Glocks too. Don't get me wrong, but when our organization even was flirting with the idea of going to that gun, I bought one. That way, I could have all my gear and stuff for when we were issued one. They never ended up doing that while I was in, but I'm still carrying it right now. I'm staring at it. I'm not going to show you because I don't want YouTube to flip out, but that's my everyday carry gun, and it hasn't let me down. I know they had the trigger issues in the beginning, but
yeah, actually, I have a guy who has a 320 in 45 ACP, and the only reason he wants to get rid of it is because he has a suppressor for 45, and he can't find a threaded barrel for it. There's just not a lot of aftermarket support for the 45 ACP SIG P320.
Yeah.
So he wants to go with Glock because of that. Yeah, 9mm. It's like everyone and their brother is making.
And if I could, I don't know, tell your buddy that just to look on SIG's website and do one of the caliber conversions.
Oh, okay. Like is there a difference? I know on Glock, I'm a little bit more comfortable talking Glock shot where like they have large frame and small frame. So the Glock 21, which is the 45 ACP, some of the stuff you can't convert over to the 9mm, but can you convert a 45 SIG to a 9mm SIG?
Yeah. So the only thing is that fire control group. That's the only piece that is serially controlled. So yeah, you can get different grip sizes, and obviously the barrels and the slides are all different sizes. But that fire control group is the key. So if he goes and buys a conversion kit, or a caliber conversion kit, it's going to come with a slide, barrel, and a magazine.
Okay.
And then you just take that FCU and stick it in a module, and you got a whole nother weapon. It's still the same weapon, but you got a whole different size weapon.
Jake says, my department makes us carry M&P 40 first gen. We need a change. I feel your pain, man. We're carrying Glock 23s, Gen 4s, and no joke. So I had when Hurricane Florence came through, so a few years back, I had some waders on, but I got into some salt water and my Glock actually rusted, like around the dovetail of the rear sights. My Remington 870 rusted too, but my Glock was the one that really I had some problems with, and they didn't replace it. So what I ended up having to do is like they wouldn't even send it to a firearms instructor or armorers in our department to pop it out. So I ended up having to pop the rear sight out myself, clean it up, lube it up, and then put the sight back in. So I feel your pain, Jake, man. I am not a fan of 40 cal. I have one because it's my duty issue, and then I bought one for personal use just because it's the same as what we train with. But I am not a fan of 40 cal. I would much rather have a Glock 19. If we're going to go with Glock, I'd rather have a Glock 19. Dan Sheridan says, "Hey brothers, headed to bed, but want to check in and say keep up the killer work." Thanks, man.
Right,
Appreciate
man.
the support.
Sweet dreams.
Bravo says, "Okay, guys, I'm out. Been fun. 4:45 comes early. Hey, stay safe out there, Bravo. Appreciate
You
you
probably
being
got
on here, man."
PT in the morning, huh?
Yeah.
Get that PT in.
So Aubrey says,
Good
"Why don't you
question.
like 40 cal?" Yeah, this is a great question. So, I'm not going to get into like the history of FBI went to 10 mil and then they went to 40 and things like that. So the FBI recently switched back to 9 mil, and the reasoning for that they had a huge series of tests, but basically what it boiled down to is that their agents were more accurate with 9 mil. You could carry more ammo, less recoil, and there's so many benefits to 9 mil over 40 cal with today's plus P ammo that the Glocks can support. You're going to get about the same kinetic force that you can out of a plus P 9 mil that you would out of 40. I feel like it's a better all around caliber over the 40 cal. I'm not saying that the 40 cal is terrible. I mean, if you're gonna, if that's all you have and you train with it, you could be fantastic with it. I mean, I shoot my Glock 23 great, but if I had a choice, my choice is going to be 9 mil.
Yeah, and not to sound like I'm always concerned about the end of days, but think about it in a post-apocalyptic scenario and you're hunting around for ammunition. Are you more likely to find 40 cal rounds somewhere or 9mm? So that's the way I look at it. Because
I mean,
like
I guess
Jason,
a NATO supported round, right? 9 mil.
Yeah. So like Jason was saying, think about Katrina, right? So everything flooded, and you're looking for ammunition to protect your home or protect yourself from looters or whatever the case may be. And you go into like a sporting goods store or something like that, and you're looking for ammo. Well, right now you're probably not going to find anything, but you're more likely to find 9mm somewhere than 40.
Jake says, "I wasn't a fan of Glock until the 43X and the 43X MOS. The sights are straight trash, but I had to bite it with the 43X. Recommend trying on." Jason. Yeah, I'll take a look at it, man. So a friend of mine wanted to trade a 43X for something that I had. Can't remember what it was. And I don't know, man. It's just not again, my personal belief, I feel like I'm more about concealment and comfort, but concealment is more important to me. And so I feel like I could get a smaller gun in, let's say this Hellcat or the 360, the SIG P365, or even this Ruger Max 9, which I don't own yet, but I want to get one. I feel like you get more rounds in a smaller package. And I'm just not a fan of the Glock grip angle. I know it's not that much different than the 1911, but I love that 1911 grip angle. I actually prefer, if I was going to go, the one that I carry all the time is my Polymer 80 Glock 19. It's basically a Glock 19, but it has a 1911 grip angle instead of a clock grip angle, and I just love that gun. It's my gun, man. I love that thing. So he says, yeah, you can't find 40 anywhere for a decent price. Yeah. The nice thing about 40, I will say this, because there's still a lot of law enforcement agencies that shoot 40. If you go to your local range, you could probably find 40 brass. I reload, so it's really easy for me to reload 40.
I have
Misfit
an
says, how
ammo
heavy
can
is too
full
heavy to
of it.
go to an AR build? Yeah, that's true, man. So how heavy is too heavy to go on a go-to AR build? That's up to you, man. There's guys out there that build their ARs and they try to go as lightweight as possible. You could go that route. There's a great video out there. I think the YouTube channel is Doc Tac Dad, and it's him and another guy, and I think he's a doctor. Anyways, he goes out and he like buys all the Gucci parts and tries to build a super lightweight rifle. I forgot what he gets it down to. I think it's under 7 pounds. But then there's the other guy that he tries to go as lightweight as possible as well, but he doesn't go Gucci parts. He just goes cheap parts. Excuse me. And he gets his down, I think it's under 8 pounds. But it's going to be on what your preference is on a scope, I think. Your handguard, I think, steer clear of a quad rail. If you want to go lightweight, go to something like the Aero S1 handguard, something along those lines. You could really, or even more so, like the Lancer carbon fiber handguards.
Yeah, but I mean, again, I know we harp on this, but it depends on what your mission set is or what you're going to be using it for. If you're going to be, dismounted and rucking around all day, you're not going to want to be carrying. Ask like a designated marksman guy or somebody like that that was carrying a 240 or 249. They're probably not happy. Those are really good, heavy guns.
Yep.
But if you're if you're just going to be defending your house, the heavier the better. It helps with recoil and.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that, Cody. The recoil portion of it. I know the saying that we used to talk about whenever we'd go on rucks was ounces equals pounds and pounds equals pain. So if you could shave off ounces, man, it's gonna matter to you in the long run.
Yeah.
Misfit says Shadow Systems has replacement back straps to change gripping. I didn't know that. I'll look into that because on my duty gun, that's my biggest complaint about it.
And when did Glock start making the frames where you could change the back straps? Because I have a 4, and you can't do that.
So I need to maybe double check something with Misfit. Misfit, are they, because the 4 you have something that you can just snap on the back and double check. I'm carrying my 4 right now. I have a 4.
I think.
Yeah, so you can snap on a back strap, I believe, on the back. So Misfit, if you can chime in and correct me there. Are you talking about the one? Because I know that there's some where they actually like have one that you slide off the back and you slide on a new one. Or are you talking about one that can just snap on over the back?
That's the nice thing about.
My most loved concealed is my SIG 938 9mm, fun to shoot. That's a single stack as well, right, Jake? It looks kind of like a 1911 type of style, just a lot smaller. Please correct me on that one. I don't know if that's one I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one.
Sunday says, have you guys ever covered the GBRS belt or compared it to the Axle belt? I feel like you might have. No, we haven't. I was just talking to Walsh about GBRS today in a roundabout way. We were talking about the True North modular holster adapter. And one of the things on their website, they specifically talk about how for the types of belts that SOCOM guys are running, which was GBRS, Axle, Tier Tactical, and there was one other one to use. We haven't covered the GBRS, but I can pass it along to Walsh because I swear we're turning into the Battle Belt review channel. But we're always looking for another belt to review. If you guys want it, we can get it. Backstrap slides on off and on with a few pins. Okay. I'll take a look at that, man. So the
Yeah, that's
SIG
what I thought it was.
938,
Okay.
super small 1911 style without the grip safety. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Tegris, baby. Sunday.
Yes.
Do you know what he's talking about?
That's what that axle belt's made out of.
Oh, okay. All right. Sunday says, I wouldn't mind this becoming the Battle Bout review channel.
We're pretty close. You know,
I
we're trying
actually
to
have
venture
another
off.
Battle
We
Bout that
talk
I'm
about that
going
all
through
the
right now.
time. Yeah. Like we're trying to venture off, like Jason's talking about doing camping videos. I'm talking about going fishing and kayaking and stuff like that. But we're concerned to kind of stray away from what kind of got us here, basically, like talking about guns and gear. So yeah, we talk about it all the time. We're scared to kind of
Sarge's
go off the
back.
beaten path.
Good to have you back, buddy. So Misfit says, I have a 14.5 build that's pushing 10 pounds with a full mag, LPVO, light. It shoots flat, but it's not ideal for rucking. And like Cody was saying, if that's going to be, let's say, your home defense gun, yeah, who cares? But if you really are thinking about having that be a rucking type of gun, there's some changes that you're going to have to make. If you're set on an LPVO and you're set on a light, maybe look at getting like a fluted barrel to shave some weight off the barrel, or like a thinner profile barrel. I don't know what barrel you have there. Maybe go with like a Faxon lightweight barrel. I don't know, man. That's the only thing I can think of to shave. But 10 pounds, I think, is heavy. If you are planning on it being a rucking type of gun, like shit hits a fan and I need to leave and bug out to the woods, I don't know if I'm going to want a 10-pound gun with me.
No, I'm talking
Oh,
SBR.
you're saying
like
that it has a full mag on it? That might not be bad.
Yeah, that's not horrible. I wouldn't
Yeah.
like carrying it, but I would SBR for dismounted stuff, and then that's going to get me to the truck where I'm gonna have some big boy toys. You know, man, YouTube's gonna hate this chat.
Yeah, no. Ballistic Advantage and Sons of Liberty Gunworks have 13.5 lightweight uppers that I'm thinking could help. One thing that when I was looking and doing a lightweight build, I was really surprised with the Faxon lightweight barrels that were, man, I want to say they were lighter weight than the fluted Ballistic Advantage premium barrels. And I think they were similar priced. You might want to take a look at Faxon as well, Miss. They might have a barrel in there or an upper that could give those two a run for the money. Sarge says Walsh is battle belt crazy. I think we all are. We're all trying to find that belt that fits us and what we like. Like Walsh is crazy about that axle belt. I don't know if he's going to find a belt that tops that.
Yeah. I mean, I still got my Blue Alpha gear. That's my belt right now, and unless Walsh breaks some deal with Axel and they send us all belts, I'm not buying another belt right now.
Yeah, so that Grey Ghost gear belt, I really do like that belt. There's definitely some things about it that they could do better, but and it's what I'm using for work.
Another thing is, like, I don't want to buy more pouches. I don't want to do that. Like,
well, yeah, he has pouches for every belt. It seems like for me,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm getting ready to do a review on another battle belt, and so I'm taking everything off of my belt and putting it on because I don't want to buy another holster. More. So some things for the guys that are on here, like some stuff we get for free, which is nice, but a lot of stuff we're paying out of pocket for stuff. So it's not. Yeah, I'm not willing to do that. I don't know if Walsh does. I think there's some stuff that he gets for free, but some stuff he's paying for, and I'm not willing
My
to do
least
that.
favorite thing to do is run Molly. Like,
Yeah. Jake says, question about the Wilder tactical belt video. Will the UAB pouches fit on a Warrior Poet Blue Alpha duty belt with Molly? You're going to have to help me what UAB is. Angle? No. I'm trying to figure out what that acronym is.
Yeah,
UAB.
I don't have experience with those. Like I have the Blue Alpha Gear belt, and I'm running STAC Kiwis.
Blue Alpha is my duty belt for patrol. I don't think you go wrong with that. In fact, I think that's still one of our most liked videos is our Blue Alpha gear belt video that you and Walsh did.
Yeah, I mean, I know I
It's a
said it
great
100 times
belt.
in that video, but I wear the EDC belt every day. That's my everyday belt, and I rarely put that, the battle belt on. But
I'm wearing it right now. You were the one that sold me on that Warrior Post Society EDC belt. I love that thing, and it's kind of frustrating when we'll get a battle belt to review. If the battle belt is opposite Velcro style, then this, like the one that I'm reviewing now is opposite. So the loop feature is on the outer belt, and the inner belt is a hook. And it's like, dude, I almost did a video where it's like, are you kidding me? And just like screw it and just not do the video. But that be my video. Like, I'm not
yeah,
even gonna mess with this. Forget this.
it's often the first thing that we judge a new battle belt. We're like, can you use the Blue Alpha Gear EDC belt with it, the inner belt? That's
Yeah.
normally like our first
Yep.
question.
Yep. So Sarge says we're old school. Sam Brown basket weave duty belt. My SWAT belt is a HSGI, and I run a Condor War belt slim. All kinds of weird. Yeah. So my original my actual issued belt that I have in the garage is a Bianchi nylon black belt. And then one of those the inner belts. There's no like buckle ratcheting system. You just have to like suck in. You kind of pull the two together and then Velcro it down, and hopefully it holds. And then I had belt keepers all around the belt. Well, not all around,
Right.
but two on each side to keep those two together. Because by the time you weave your holster on there and all your pouches, you have no Velcro basically attaching the two together.
Yeah, that's like so. My
Urban
wife is
Assault Belt. DG comes in with the help with the acronym. So Jake was asking about UAB pouches.
yeah.
You
I don't
talk
have
what
any
you were going to
experience.
say. I'll
You gonna
look
look it
up
up?
those. Yeah.
Yeah. So my wife is a police officer, and like so when we were in another state, she worked somewhere else, and they wore the basket weave, leathers, everything, super nice looking, it's sharp looking, but it wasn't practical. And we moved here. She got on with the local police department here, and at first, they had the normal duty belt stuff that you would see, in the movies and stuff. And then they went to the vest, the load bearing vest, and now she only has her pistol and like her taser on her belt, and it's I want to say it's Bianchi, like one of the big old clips in the front, but she only has to wear that leather stuff when she's in her class A's or whatever. But
Yeah. So Jake's going back. Yeah. The clips. Oh, okay. The UAB clips. So
uh,
uh, if I remember correctly, Jake, they're the ones that use it's like a Phillips head screwdriver or something, right? Let me see if I can find those clips.
so if you're asking about the Molly on that belt, it is a little tight. Um, it's in the other room. I wish I had it, but if you bend it the opposite way, it gives you a little room to run clips and stuff in there. But I used the WTF. Isn't that what they're called?
The WFT straps or WTF straps?
I think it's
Or are you talking
WTF.
about Mellis?
No, it's WTF straps. We are not prepared for this discussion. But I'd say I haven't seen. I mean, Braden's done hundreds of belt videos or has hundreds of belts, and he hasn't had any issue with like standard Molly webbing. So I would venture to say that most of the standard attaching whatever mechanisms is going to work with that belt. Now, Jason was showing us what belt was that you were showing us? I don't want to give it out if you're gonna make a video on it,
Oh,
but
it's the I'm doing a video on it. It's a Century gunner belt.
yeah.
So that's a video
And
that
that,
I'm working on right now.
yeah, for me, I already don't like that belt, but I'll be curious to see what Jason says about it.
Yeah. So Jake, I pulled up the. Let me see if I can share this so I can
That
show
was
everyone what we're
a
talking
little
about.
teaser for Jason's video.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right. So here's the clips that you're talking that come standard on the Wilder tactical pouches. And Jake, if I'm not talking about what you're talking about, please correct me. So these fit into the belt, you know, um, to the Wilder belt, no problem. But Walsh was saying that these work fine with any other belt. So as long if you have like the Pels webbing or the Molly style belt, you can just put this right through the Molly and then screw it on, and it's going to be easier than anything Molly related because you don't have to weave anything. You just throw it through and you screw it on, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually um, ordered some of these, and I was a dummy. I bought multicam black because I love multicam black, and then I bought a belt. I bought multicam belt, so I don't care. I'm going to throw it together anyways, but it's going to look goofy.
You can kind of see how they notched out that little piece where when
Yeah,
it's sitting in that molly, it's not going to move around. That's kind
right
of
there.
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that. But
yeah.
that's kind of what I was saying. So uh, that blue Alpha Gear belt, the molly on that is tight to where uh, when it's folded around you, it's going to hold all your gear tight. And it's not going to move anywhere. So Joe just asked me if I had TikTok. So that's funny he brought that up. So I do have TikTok, and I didn't want it, but I finally downloaded it, and I like today I caught myself staring at it for 20 minutes. It's got some funny stuff on it. I did not want to get TikTok, and I'm way too old for TikTok, but it's funny. There's some funny stuff on there.
Oh,
I don't know
man.
why he just asked me that. He's probably gonna be like, China's watching you or something like Braden always, like Walsh always does. I know China's watching me. They have a
Is that what he
dossier
says?
on me. Oh, Walsh says it all the time. Remember
So
he yelled at me because I had Parlor.
yeah, that's right. So Jake, you're right for the mag pouches and stuff, but the medical pouch, I got multicam black medical pouch that they offer. So yeah, the regular pistol pouches are just your Kydex. So they don't. I mean, I'm sure that they have multicam Kydex, but yeah, it was the medical pouch that I was talking about.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about multicam is you can put on like a desert tan or like a OD green or something. You can throw those pouches on there, and they don't
Yeah.
look bad at all, in my opinion.
Yep. Agree. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I appreciate you guys' question. We're over an hour now, and man, we were
Yeah,
at like 20 minutes. We're like, okay, we're done talking about our Powertac flashlight. What are we going to talk about?
yeah. No, that's why I always like going off the rails because it just flows so much better.
We were
But
kind of
Jacob, sorry,
sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say if you're looking for med pouches, I can recommend going looking at our video about uh, Grim Hunter Tactical. They made us
Mm-hmm.
this outer carrier for a med pouch. Go watch that video, and we can give you some more information if you're interested. But they made us a special little carrier where you could put all your IFAC stuff in there, and you could put a tourniquet, some pins, and whatever else you need. And it's worked really well for us, and it's not expensive at all. We have a discount code, and they're super awesome guys. So just check that video out and see if you're interested in that.
And I'll throw a link to their website in the comments and the discount code. The discount code is TLD10. So I bought the Kanai med
Yep.
med pouch kit, and I liked it. I liked that it was small, it was a little 6x6 pouch, but the flap that went over it, it didn't really offer anything. There wasn't big enough for them to hold a tourniquet, or at least your standard cat tourniquet. So I was kind of disappointed in that. And then Walsh was the one that told me, "Hey, Grim Hunter Tactical made this for us." Jake asking, which would be a better look on the multicam, the green or the tan? Hard time deciding. Probably tan.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, I went with the Grim Hunter Tactical med pouch cover, and then you can also buy their 6x6 pouch that they have that fits right in there. It works great, man.
He's saying you have that one, Jacob?
So Dark Angel Medical, IFAC are very good but expensive. Agree. Yeah, I went with. We talked about this last time. I was trying to remember. I think it's Creed or something Creed. I went with their IFAC.
Your keyboard sounds like it's from the 90s. It's so loud.
It is from the 90s, dude. No, it's the one that came with the computer. I haven't upgraded. My daughter had a wireless mouse. she connected to my computer, and she was showing me something, and I came in and she was like, "Check this out." And so I sit down and I start like scrolling around, and I look down, I was like, where'd my mouse go? My wired mouse. Like, find me my wired mouse. Yeah, old school.
The one you remember the old ones where you had to take the ball out and clean all the lint out?
Blow on it.
Yeah. Man, we're showing our age.
So let's see here. Jake asked, discount code for Wilder's TLD CO. I believe so. Yeah, Wilder Tactical. Yep, TLD CO. Save you some money there. Misfit, you got it, man. Live the creed. That's it. They have great. So I have their. Maybe I'll do a review on it. On their personal IFAC. I really do love it. I keep it on me. I would not recommend it unless you train, because you train with the tourniquet that they put in there, which is the SWAT T tourniquet. It's not as user friendly, I would say, as the cat tourniquets. Oh, Sarge, McDonald's Wi-Fi went down.
Oh no!
If you got to go, man, it's all right. We forgive you. Yeah, so Jake, Wilder Tactical TLD CO. If it doesn't work, let us know. And for those of you that are still here, so the video that I did about the Powertac flashlight, I gave the wrong discount code. It's supposed to be TLDCO, but it's TLDC0. So if you're gonna pick up a flashlight, it's their discount code. I was surprised. We did some math earlier. It's 40% off right now. Their discount code. I'm gonna talk to them about getting it changed to TLDCO, since that's what we try to do for all of them. But if you need a flashlight right now, TLDC0 will save you 40% off of their flashlights.
Yeah.
Misfit says both have been great. Awesome, man.
They're trying to send us a rep to come on to the live chat, so that'll be cool.
Yeah. Yep. So I sent them an email. Hopefully we can get them on here the next live chat, or maybe the one after that.
Yeah.
But we're at almost an hour and 15 minutes, Cody.
Yeah. Well, since Angry Sarge's Wi-Fi went out, and I'm pretty sure the ice cream machine's not working there, so I don't want him to get any more angry or miss out on anything. So we'll go ahead and chop it off right here. But great comments, great questions from you guys. Again, I say this every week, but this is why we continue to do this. We talked in the past, like especially with summertime, we all got family stuff going on. We're trying to scale back a little bit on our operations, but we didn't want to affect the live chat because this is something I enjoy the heck out of. This is one of the main things that I do with TLD. So we keep coming back. We love you guys. We appreciate all the subscribers. We appreciate your questions and comments. So Jason, you got anything coming up? I know you probably going camping or something cool.
Yeah, so I actually just went camping up to Mount St. Helens. I did take my GoPro and got some cool footage of us paddleboarding and kayaking and getting some awesome views of Mount St. Helens. So not sure if I'm going to throw a video of that. Hey, Jake, thanks, Jake. But then there's the Century Gunner Belt video that I'm going to be working on, not for next Sunday, but the one after that. And Walsh has, so the other thing is I have a Shield box, subscription box that's going to be coming out to, it'll probably be today. I need to get one more piece for it before I publish it. And then Walsh has a video that's coming out tomorrow, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. And he did a couple of the little quick videos.
Oh,
on
Mantis.
YouTube. Yeah.
Blackbeard. Mantis Blackbeard, the training video.
But you guys let us know if you like the little quick videos. Those are super easy for us to push out, and it keeps us engaged with you guys. So he's saying that the algorithms like it, you know, all the cloud stuff likes it. So we'll keep doing that. Keep trying to engage with you guys if we can. Oh no.
All right, how much time do we have, Cody? Yeah, Jake, we did TAC Pack the first quarter of this year. So we're trying to just change it up every quarter to give people an idea of what you're getting. So I bought TAC Pack for January through March. We did Battle Box April through June, and then it's going to be Shield Box July through September, and then the last quarter is going to be Barrel and Blade. I think what we're going to do after that is we're going to get an idea, a poll from our viewers of which one you guys liked out of all those. And then I think I'll subscribe to that one for the entire year next year and just see what you do. What we did in our last video, though, is we put together, like the last TAC Bag video that I did, we took all the stuff from all 3 months and I had in a pile of stuff that I love, I would absolutely use, and stuff that I thought was trash, and it wasn't worth it. And I think a lot of them are going to be like that, to be honest. Battle Box was a little better. Shield Box, yeah. But Shield Box is aimed more towards law enforcement. So that's going to be coming out today or tomorrow, that video.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're just, that's our whole thing really, is to, research and show products that we like and enjoy, and hopefully engage with some of the product managers and stuff like that and find out if we can save you guys some money on the long run. But we're just like you guys, we're not some a level 100 wizards or anything. So, we sit and talk about gear all day long, and then we bring a lot of those products out to you guys.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, 100% agree. We're dum-dums. I just realized that my undershirt is on backwards. That's how dumb we are. I've been wearing it like that all day. So yeah, we're just regular people, Jake. Yeah. Regular people. Put our shirts on backwards like everyone else.
But we like doing this stuff. We like having you guys every week. So come with some more questions next week. We're not going to talk about belts or plate carriers because we kind of wear that out. I'm kidding. Whatever you guys need, let us know, and we'll try our best to answer your questions.
All right,
that's
guys.
it. We'll see you next week. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend. See you later. Take care.
Adios.